When you first started out the meeting tonight, you know, you had the guardians and they came in and they talked about what are you wanting to show us? And tonight we, instead of talking about planets and stuff, we want to look at what you are showing us. Because they talked about what do you want to show us, and we want to look at what you are showing us, especially after you've had a chance to have some questions and to look at things in a new way. And when we look at you guys, and we look at what you're showing us, we see that you're very keen for information, right? You're seeking information, which is probably pretty obvious, because you probably wouldn't be here if that wasn't an aspect of your personalities. But there's a sense that you are looking for information, and you're losing sight of, or you're not focusing quite enough on, receiving insight. So we want to just remind you, you know, when we look at you, we see you all kind of leaning forward, like, you know, this old, this kind of a thing. You're like, oh, tell us, tell us, tell us. So instead, let's all sit back, right? Do that roll the shoulders back thing that we've done before. And then allow yourself to literally just give yourself, feel the top of your head, everybody with your hand, just touch the top of your head, and just remind yourself, that's right. This chakra, the chakra just here, gives me the opportunity to receive insight from my soul. Now, it's not that your soul's above you, you know, like the angels in heaven kind of idea, like, oh, they're up there. It's not so much that that's the physical relationship, but it is true that it's your crown chakra that does the connecting. So it is here, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it has to connect to something that lives above you, right? It lives within you, but this is the entry point where you express and receive, express and receive, express and receive. The soul connection that's brewing or building or growing inside of you. So as you receive insight from your soul, a lot of times you guys you stop with the understanding. You look for brain interaction, right? Give me information that I can run with in my brain and I can work with, which is understandable because that's how you guys have always really processed information, is with your brains. But we want to remind you that the soul's insight is a 7 chakra experience. It doesn't stop just sort of in your third eye brain area. It moves through all of your chakras. So when you ask for insight about something or someone or some situation, be sure you ask from all chakras. And by chakras, of course, we're just referring to all the different aspects of you. So let's just kind of do an example. Think of something that you want insight about, and then ask, how does this affect my feelings of survival? How does this affect my feelings of connection and physicality? How does this affect my feelings of moving forward in the world, being in charge and taking on new projects? How does this feel in my heart? How do I feel like I could talk about this? How could I see it in a new way? And of course, how can I infuse it into my growth? You see, don't settle for just your brain. Honestly, that's really settling. Don't settle for just your brain getting something, okay? Allow yourself to bring insight into your entire system. And the chakras are just a quick way to think about different aspects of you. You don't have to use the chakras if you don't want to, but it is kind of a handy little tool to make sure you process it all the way through different aspects of you. So an interesting thing to do would be say, I want insight about this. And what we'd say, a very fascinating way to do it would be to start all the way at the root chakra, because, you know, that's money, security, safety, foundation, support, right? So ask for insight about the subject on that level first. It's also a very dense level, so that's a good place to bring it all the way into. And then, of course, ask it, you know, how does this affect my relating in and out to myself and to others? And then how does this affect how I move into the world, right? You can see that it's very nice that the chakras actually give you, starting with a very dense place and then a little bit lighter place and a little bit lighter place, and then you get to the heart chakra, which of course is a completely different energy. And then you start up into the way of expressing. The heart and the throat chakra actually are very different. The first three can be kind of dense, and they're very much more about duality and very much more about physicality. And then you get into the heart chakra and the throat chakra, and it's about impression and expression, right? And then you get into the third eye and the crown chakra, and it can be much more of experience, experiential, non-physical experience. Seeing, incorporating, and then embodying in an energetic way. You get it? Mm-hmm. So don't settle for insight that stops at the brain. Is the summary of our section. Good night.
Thank you.
You're welcome.